Right, as you can see from the client's hair, there is a rootage there for a level 6 on the regrowth area here. That is a mixture of high lift tint. There might be a few strands of bleach going through, but as you can see it's quite golden and it is at a level 8, I would say now. So we've only got to lift it up 2 shades to get a level 10 in order to put on a toner. So what we are going to do is section the hair into 4. So 2 front sections, 2 back sections, and we are going to mix the product and apply the bleach all the way from where the regrowth starts, which is here, the blonde bit here, all the way to the end. Do not apply onto the dark brown bits, okay? That will lighten 10 times quicker than the ends. So we need to get the ends lifted before we apply to the roots first. Okay, for this mixture what we are going to be using is the Big 9 from My Identity with the 20 volume, which is quite a weaker solution, and I'm going to be mixing it 1 to 2, so I'm going to have more peroxide compared to the lightening product itself. I'm also going to mix in some Olaplex within the mixture because the client has got very long hair and we don't wish to damage it in any way when we pre-lighten it to a level 10. Right, I've just put in the My Identity number 9, Big 9, and it's quite hard to get out actually, but I've mixed up 61, so I need to put in double of my peroxide. Okay, so if I take this back to 0, and then what I'll need to do is just add 60 plus 60 is 120, so we need to make sure that we watch the scales as it goes up. I want quite a bit of mixture because I don't really feel the need to keep coming back and back and back to keep mixing, and this is for a full head. Perfect. Okay, so we've got 120 there, we've got the peroxide in there, and then we are just going to add some Olaplex as well. Would help if the lid come off. Okay, so as you can see the hair is starting to lift up very nicely on the top, so it will be time to mix your second colour. So your second colour, depending on the roots, you can mix the same product and you can go up to 30 volume and no higher, otherwise it will really start to itch and burn the scalp. So it's really important that you look at the client's natural base. This is a base 6, so we are going to use 30 volume on the roots. Obviously the solution on the mid-lengths and ends is weaker, so you need a brand new bowl and you need to mix up your next solution and start applying just to the brown areas. Okay, try not to overlap too much where possible onto the previous lightened areas, and you are just looking to lift both of it up nice and evenly at the same time now for probably around 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, if it does look as though it's getting really pale yellow, test the hair just by stretching a strand and just seeing if the hair is quite elasticated, if it springs back. If when you test the hair it breaks, obviously wash the product off immediately, otherwise it will start to get weaker and weaker and be like bubble gum. Okay, so this is all done visually. Just mix your product correctly and apply in thin sections just on the dark areas. Just going to add some Olaplex as well. Just to save the client's hair. Now obviously Olaplex is quite expensive, so I just bought this little thing online. I'm not going to use it too much, but it's probably enough for the client that I'm going to be doing today. I will mix this product together using a spatula first so that I don't get all the product on my brush, and then I will apply to the blonde hair only. It's mixed quite lovely actually, it's quite runny, which is perfect for applying to the hair. So now we're going to start. Right, I've sectioned the hair into 4, and starting from the underneath we're going to take really thin sections and we are going to apply the product at the top, rub it in a little bit, and then continue it all the way down the ends of the hair. And you will do this all over the head as quickly as you can. Right, as you can see, all the sections now have been painted. The mid-lengths and ends have had the bleach with 20% painted from mid-lengths all the way down to the ends. And as bleach is a visual thing, I can't time it, but you just got to watch it, and once it looks like the colour of inside a banana, that pale yellow colour all over, then it is okay to rinse off, or it's okay to then start applying a root colour. What you don't want to do is take it off too early when it's still a little bit golden, because then it would be a level 9. If the front lifts up quicker than the back, then obviously you can remove the front bit before the back bit, and vice versa. Right, now as you can see, the roots have been applied, the mid-lengths and ends are lifting up, the roots are lifting up quite nicely, and we are just now looking for that pale yellow colour. So when you scrape your finger across, you should see that inside a banana. At the moment it's still quite a level 8, I would say, so this has still got to lift up 2 more shades. Once it has lifted up, then just take your client over to the basin, wash completely with shampoo. You've got the Olaplex number 2 as well to strengthen the hair, and then you are going to apply kind of like a toner just to equalise the colour first of all. So you need like an all over purple toner just to make sure that the hair is all one colour before you apply your chosen shade. Okay, what I would do is probably just put a carrier bag, plastic bag, over the head just to keep the head nice and warm while the colour's lifting. When it comes to getting a clean canvas, obviously if you just wash the client's hair now, it will be quite yellow all over. So we're going to need to pre-tone it before we apply the colour. So what I've got here are some Guy Tang colours just to get the clean canvas. I'm going to mix it with a demi-permanent 6 volume, and I've got crystal clear, which is here, and this is titanium. So I'm going to mix equal parts of these. Now if I just put on the titanium, it will grab really quickly. So what happens is the crystal clear kind of dilutes it, waters it down, and stops it grabbing so quickly. So think of it as water really, diluting the colour, but it is a demi-permanent colour, which does need to be mixed with a peroxide. This is a really low strength 6 volume, okay, which is different to 6%. This is 6 volume, 6% is 20 volume, so this is really weak. Alright, so we're going to put this on, mix these two together. You might need to add a bit more crystal clear or a bit more titanium, depending what you want to do. You could also use a different colour called pearl. You could maybe mix crystal clear, titanium and pearl together. But I'm going to mix these two together to try and remove some of the yellow and get a clean canvas. And then I'm going to mix up my final colour to apply. Also, just because we are just getting a clean canvas, you are literally just putting this on and you're going to watch it change from yellow to white. Now once it's changed from that all over, wash it off. Yeah, you don't need to leave it on for 20 minutes or anything like that. It is just a toner. We are just putting it on to get that clean canvas. Wash it off, and then you might need to dry the hair depending on what colour you're going to apply after, or you might be able to apply the next colour with slightly damp hair if it is a demi-permanent colour. Okay, just so that you can see you are on the right step, this hair colour is a luminous yellow. Now this colour is not the colour we want to put our final colour on. We need to get a clean canvas. We need to try and get rid of most of this yellow first. It does look pretty even, but this is just pure bleach, no toner whatsoever. So we need to put on our canvas colour, which was clear and titanium mixed together. Now I've just washed off the bleach, and I put Olaplex 2 on, and I left it on for 20 minutes as a final little treatment to make sure that the hair is still nice and strong for the next colour. At the moment it doesn't feel too bad. It feels like it did previously. So hopefully the Olaplex is working. So I'm going to apply the next toner to damp hair. Okay, I have got 15 of titanium. I have got 15 of clear. Now I've got our 6 volume, and we will apply into the bowl 30 of peroxide. So I'm going to push it back to 0, and we will measure 30 peroxide, and it's only the 6 volume. So you can use, I don't know, kitchen scales. If you've got like digital scales, it's always a bit more accurate. So we're putting double the amount of peroxide in to the toner. I'm going to mix this together, and then I'm going to apply it all over the head until every strand is completely covered, and I'm going to watch it for maximum 5 minutes, I would say, for this. Okay, as you can see that the hair is slightly grabbing to that purple tinge. It's taken away that yellow that we didn't want. If you did like this colour, then you could just leave it on for 20 minutes, I suppose. Nothing wrong with that. But for me, this is just a clean canvas look. So once you're happy with the tone and all the yellow has disappeared, then you can wash it. Right, okay, so this is what we're doing, and it is 1 to 2 for 25 minutes. So in my bowl I have got 8 SS, the majority of it anyway, and just a couple of, just probably about the size of my thumbnail, of 8 DL, and I'm going to mix that together. It comes to 15, so I'm going to mix up 30 of this. Okay, as you can see, this is just the pre-tone. It's actually quite a nice colour. You could leave it like this if you want, but I want to go a little bit more silvery with a tint of mauve in it. So I've dried it off slightly, and we're going to start applying the demi-permanent colour. Okay, as you can see now, it is just the roots been applied to, and that was the 8SS with the touch of 8DL, and it's just on the roots. Now what we're going to do is mix up the second colour straight away and apply it to the mid-lengths and ends, which is everything else which is left blonde, slightly smudging it together where the two colours meet, so it's not like a definite start and stop, but don't get any of the light colour on the rootage. Okay, in the bowl I've applied 30 of 10SS, and I've just applied 10 of 10DL. So in the bowl in total there is 40. I'm going to mix it 2 to 1, so I'm going to pour in 80 of this. Okay, this is the final thing now, As you can see, the colour is fully applied all over the head, and I will wait 25 minutes to wash it off, use shampoo and conditioner, and then blow dry. This should be a very nice colour at the end. And this is what the colour looks like just before we're going to wash it off. So it does look quite dark, don't be frightened, it should lighten up. As you can see, this is the finished look. It is dead straight. I'm going to give it a curl, but the colour is definitely grey, silver smoky grey.